What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Street Fighter Duel video. Alright guys, so we got some news. I got some news for everybody here. Good or bad, the way you see this. I'm going to tell you a little story here real quick before I get into the news. So every few months, I get cousins coming from Europe. Okay, so being half Russian, half Afghani, and I get people all over the world. My kids are all mixed as well. So let's just go with my two cousins. Let's name them, because we say the Russian side, we say Oleg and Nikolai, okay? They come to Canada, they come visit me, right? I'm super excited because I get to see with these cousins for 13 to 14 days. And I haven't seen them ever. I've only heard of them, right? You've seen them in pictures and videos or whatever, but you've never got a chance to meet them. You meet them, they're really cool. Then you start showing them around Canada and you're like doing things you've never done yourself. Essentially new content, right? And then you realize that Oleg and Nikolai think Canada's a piece of shit. And they're too expensive for your own blood. So you stay and hang out with them for 13 days. You make great memories. But when they leave, they're like, this is bullshit. This is the worst country ever. It's so poor and looks like farmland. Okay, my horrible expression of them. Okay, and then they jump on a plane. They say, before they leave, they say, come to our country. We show you a better time. But then you realize it's too expensive to go to their country because, their countries are pretty much a pay-to-win section. So, you forget about them. 13-day passes, you remember the memories, you remember the good time, the content that you did, and you forget about the cousins until you see them again, maybe 2 years later, and then you relive those memories again, and at that time you're like, yeah, they're not that cool anyways. What was the point of that? What was the point of that stupid story, right? Okay, let me tell you what the point of that stupid story. So we were told we're getting a collab announcement very soon. So either tomorrow or the following day, around 1 p.m. Eastern time, we were told by the Crunchyroll rep that there is going to be 2 collab units dropped. That's right. Now, 1 but 2 collab units dropping very soon. If this is your first time with collab units, you're in for a treat, and that's not a very good one. But, like the story said, the collab units, being my 2 cousins, you think they're cool at first, and you realize you can live without them. It's the memories and the content that matter the most. So I'm excited for the collab for that reason alone. I'm not going for the units. I'm excited for the content that's coming out because here's what I think it's going to be. Because we were told that this collab already exists in Street Fighter Duel. So I can only imagine it's not going to be a Monster Hunter collab. It's most likely going to be Virgil and Nero from Devil May Cry. So we might be getting a second Devil May Cry collab. Because it is a Capcom IP, we were told, and it already exists in Street Fighter Duel. So my take on it is it's going to be Nero and Virgil. So why do I think that? Well, clearly because Monster Hunter really doesn't have many iconic characters outside of the cats that are kind of like your Monster Hunter pets who help you out. I forgot their names. They're still with a P. It's been a long time since playing Monster Hunter. And outside of that, I mean, we already got Monster Hunter Ken. I don't know if they're going to make a dragon head Akuma. Like, what are you planning to do here, right? So it only makes sense that we get a demon collection of demon hunters with Virgil and Nero coming in. Now, we were also told these 2 collab units do not exist in the Taiwanese version or the Chinese version, so there is no way of knowing whether these units are going to be any good or not. So there's no comparisons this time around. There's no kits to compare to. So I can only imagine it's these 2 units. The only other 2 units I would have thought of that might be coming out as a collab, and I mentioned this in my last video when I said Gouken was the next limited unit coming out. Still my guess, by the way. Not for collab, but units. I said the collab units I would love to see are going to be Mega Man X and Zero, which if it's already in the game, we know they're not going to be them. And the other one, which I showed you guys a picture of a long time ago with my kid and I holding the actual physical box, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Street Fighter. Clearly, we know it's not TMNT because, again, we were told that the IP already exists within SFD. So it's probably safe to say, guys, it's going to be Virgil and Nero. Now, what does that mean for you as a player? Well, that means if you're free to play, you're probably not going to get any of those units. You might get a copy. I might pull for a copy, just like with Dante. I got an A copy of Dante, and I left it at that. Or you look at it the way I look at it, right? Free tickets, free content, free resources, another way for me to get tickets to get my Akuma to Triple S on my free-to-play account or my Evil Ryu to Triple S on my main account. So, is it all bad? No, I don't think so. Is it constantly being rushed? Sure. Absolutely. They're dropping, we've talked about this numerous times. It's not like something I'm going to have to keep repeating myself on. We all know the game now, right? We all know that the whole point of this is, like I said, that revolving door. People are going to get pissed that these new units are out and they can't get them. They're going to leave, and new blood's going to come in because they're like, hey, Virgil, my favorite, Devil May Cry character. I saw Dante before. Well, forget Dante. I want Virgil. And now they get Virgil. Or who the hell likes Nero, really? Come on, at the end of the day, he's just kind of like a third wheel on this date between brothers. What a weird threesome. But I think at the end of the day, guys, we're going to see the same rigmarole here, where it's just going to be like existing players getting pissed, leaving the house, new players opening the door, coming in and staying a while and partying with us. I'm just kind of, the way I treat this game now? Whenever a new character comes out, I treat this like a DLC, it's like a downloadable content now for me, where it's like, hey, I have characters to beat this content or do well enough in this on both accounts now. I'm just going to enjoy the content for it is. Hence my story, right? You cherish the memories and the content. You forget about the cousins. That was the whole point of that. So if they both come out, I may just pull for Virgil personally, if that's who it's going to end up being, because I like him as a character. I'll probably do what I did with Dante, right? I got one copy of Dante sitting around here somewhere. Wait. He's master. There he is. See? That's all I need. All I really need. And quite honestly, I just do it just to have him here. But quite honestly, in this case, I'll most likely just use all my tickets to get my Evil Ryu to Triple S. That'll be worth it alone. So if the content is anything like Dante's last content, I'm excited because I enjoyed the modules. I love the way it wasn't gated by time. It was just gated by modules. But everybody got it done at different times. And it was actually challenging, which was another really cool thing about it. It wasn't just boss fights. It was actually like an actual challenging map with enemies, good rewards, etc. Right? So guys, I know a lot of you are going to watch this and be like, well, Payne, we're pretty pissed. Again, another unit that we're not going to do. They're rushing things. We know they're rushing things, guys. We know this already, right? This is nothing new. If you're an existing player, you've been here long enough now, and you're still here, you're here probably for two reasons. Number one, you do enjoy the game enough, but you want to rant, and that's fine. Or number two, you've invested a lot of money, and you don't want to lose that money, and now you're just kind of like idly playing this game as you should be, and not spending any more money. Or number three, I guess there's the third option. You're still being crazy and spending a ton of money on this game because you just want every character, because you think for some odd reason they're like Pokemon. They're going to be in your Pokeball one day. You're going to wake up and your Pokemon are gone. It's wild to me that people are still spending an arm and a leg on this. But hey, you're keeping the game alive. So the more you keep the game alive, the more content I do. But I prefer to help you guys with that addiction and make you stop spending all that money, right? That's the goal here. But with that being said, yeah, collab, guys. I will let you know what it is as soon as it drops. I know some of you are going to be pissed. Let me know in the comment section. So I know some of you won't even care. And that's okay, because that's where I'm at. I don't care about my cousins. I just like to spend time and do things that I normally don't do in my city because it gives me an excuse to get out and about. And that's the way I'm seeing this game. I just want to see the content. All right, guys, this is Payne. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Take care.